Hi Aries, this is your July 2018 reading. 3-card reading, Major Arcana, reading towards me, probably some clarifiers, and I will then be pulling one from the Swords, one from the Wands, one from the Pentacles, and one from the Cups. So, one last shuffle, one last cup. Let's see what we have for you, Aries. Okay, Magician in reverse, Hangman in reverse, and the Lovers. Right. Now, if I remember rightly, Aries, there was a big change coming through June. So I wonder how that's gone for you. If my readings are in any way, shape or form meaningful. I would say perhaps you come into this with, I've got to say, I'm sorry to say this, Aries, but a rather overblown sense of your own capacity to make stuff happen. And that would be unhelpful in and of itself, but I get a feeling you're rather drunk on it. And perhaps whatever it was that changed last month, if indeed something like that did occur, has sort of freed up a load of energy for you, and you're kind of out on a kind of make it happen spree. And it's rather gone to your head. Now, that's just popped into my mind, the phrase "gone to your head," and how funny that it should also turn up that we've got the Hangman in reverse. Now, in the upright, of course, it goes to his head, the Hangman, but yeah, I would say that what I'm getting from this, I've been reading all afternoon, so perhaps I'm a little bit intense with these readings now, because you're the third to last reading I'm going to be doing today. But something's gone to your head, and there's some careening going around, and there's I get the feeling like some sort of fetter has come off, some sort of bondage has been loosened, some sort of binding has been cut, and you're sort of on the loose. You've cut yourself down from the tree, and you're no longer hanging around. You're no longer in a position where you have to hang around. But I get the feeling, like I say, that it's gone to your head. And there's kind of so much manifestationary freedom open for you. The road is so open, you're kind of running around from one side to the other going woo like this. But well, clearly you can hear in my voice, I don't think that's a very good idea. The Hangman in reverse, the ending or the rejection of the spirit in which you just wait. Because when the Hangman's in the upright, you're out of the game. You've taken yourself out of the game for a bit of a breather, because for one reason or another, you don't want to sort of get your hands dirty with life. You don't want the karmic mud up your nails, under your nails. But when it's in the reverse, it's like you're kind of in the thick of it, and perhaps you okay, hold on. Oh, who am I saying that to? I'm talking to myself now. The Lovers in the outcome position here. Right, there is some serious decision making required of you through July. But as I said, I get the feeling like you sort of gone a bit power mad, but not power as in haha I can control everything, but power as in haha I can do whatever I want. I don't have to do anything more. I'm not in a state of being controlled anymore by some outside situation, outside force, or perhaps some internal force. Perhaps it's that that's shifted. But there is actually a serious choice to be made here. Now, usually, when I see the Lovers in the upright, for me, it's symbolic of the juxtaposition of the illusion of having a choice, the illusion that this man can choose between his mother and his lover, whereas in fact he hasn't really got a choice, because Cupid's going to shoot the arrow, and then all kind of like, oh, shall I do this or shall I do that, is kind of off the table. It's just, yeah, I'm going with a girl. See you later, mum, I'm going with a girl. That's what I usually see in this card. But in the context of these two cards, I don't see. There is a choice to be made, and it's a pretty serious one. What I'm getting from this is that for one reason or another, Aries, a limiting structure has been removed quite quickly from you, and it's like you've learned to ride a bicycle. Something you couldn't ride a bicycle, you've learned to ride a bicycle, and now you just want to like cycle around the whole world. You want to cycle on the freeway. You want to cycle over the sea. And you've got this sort of sense that you could cycle anywhere you want to, but you can't. You have to take serious choices about what you are going to spend your freedom on. That's the best I can say it. Now, I need to get some clarifiers, clearly. I'm going to see what else I can find out about the Hangman in reverse in the veil position. Wow, the world, yeah, you really, really do feel like the world is your oyster. Now, this is the veil, okay, the card in the middle. This is what is obscuring your vision. Somehow or other, you feel like everything is available to you, and that you don't need to sort of limit yourself in any way. And it's really interesting, because for months and months and months, the readings I was getting for you was that nothing was changing, nothing was changing, nothing was changing. And then suddenly, last month, in June, it was like, bosh, big change. Suddenly. I'm going to get some more on this. And yeah, for me, this is representing, the waiting is over. The being in a state of suspension is over. Or you feel free, like you've been cut down from the tree, or you've cut yourself down from the tree, and the world is your oyster. But these are the veils. These are the blockages. So let's get a little bit more on this. Blockages to your vision. Okay, Sun in reverse. Yeah. I think underneath this sort of like, woohoo, I can do anything now, I'm free, I'm free. There is some real sadness here. Now, what this brings to my mind is that when we have a change, the nature of which involves the removal of some kind of limitation on us, even though it's good that the limitation has gone, but when that limitation has been there for a long time, for whatever reason, I don't know what way, shape or form that this limitation has been there, but when it's been there for a long time and we've become used to it and it's become part of our daily life, when it goes, there is, even though we're pleased it's gone in a sense, there can be a period of mourning, and that's what I'm getting through this from this. And there are serious decisions to be taken in the light of this, in the light of this change. There are serious decisions to be taken, and there's some grief to be acknowledged here as well, Aries. I'm going to pull one from the swords. Okay, the King of Swords, yeah. This is austere. This is austerity of thought, austerity of speech. And what a contrast, I have to say, to the Magician in reverse. Nothing's gone to this dude's head. This I think, is, for me, backs up the Sun in reverse here. There's a kind of... This guy is so in control of his thoughts and his words that if he is thinking anything, it doesn't show on his face, and he doesn't open his mouth, because he knows how serious these serious decisions to be taken, serious choices to be made. He knows how serious the karmic implications are of thoughts and words, because next comes deeds. And let's see what we get for deeds. Okay, 4 of Wands. So I think perhaps I'm going to pull the others, but perhaps this is about the need to establish some sort of get your house in order. All right, to get your house in order in a way that has to be new, because the fetters are off. The limitations that were have gone. It's a really important time. When something like that happens, it's a really important time. You have to be very careful about what you think and what you say. And one of the most important things is that you are actually able to acknowledge the grief that comes with the removal of limitations if they've been there for a long time. It's change, and sometimes, not all change, even when it involves some limitation being removed from you, it's not always happy. It's a strange thing, but sometimes that kind of change can bring depression. And if you're able to acknowledge that, it would be all to the better. You can make wiser decisions for yourself. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Well, what I would say about this is that you are being called on here to carve out something new for yourself and to add to what has already been constructed. We have the spiritual authority of the monk, and we have the worldly authority of what looks to me like the wealthy benefactor, working in conjunction with each other to instruct the stonemason as to where to carve next. So, there's nothing hurried about this, and there is a clear kind of power structure here. The world and the church basically giving this dude his instructions on what to carve where next, as I say, to add to what has already been built. So there's a strong collaborative spirit here, but stonemasons don't carve their carvings quickly, and certainly not when they're careening around like the magician on his head with his wine. No. Slow, steady, slow, steady. Allow yourself to grieve what has gone, even if you're pleased it's gone. It's usually a mixed bag, that kind of change. Okay, and the Page of Cups. Look at the fish jumping out of the cup. Okay. This is you don't only get the cup, you get the fish that comes with it as well. Now, I've got to say, the fish is, I'm thinking of the fisher of men. It's a Christian symbol. I'm not Christian. I'm not officially a Christian. I've got nothing against it. But it does, for me, link in with this 3 of Pentacles here in the church. Take your time. He's standing very, very sure of himself, offering this cup with this fish of spirit jumping out of it. So my message to you this month, Aries, is take your time. Take your time and allow yourself to grieve and enrich your spirit with the fullness of the change that you have gone through. All best. Bye bye.